Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test.
Alright, looks like we're getting all set up here.
Test, 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 test.
Alright, looks like we're getting all set up here.
Test, 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 test.
Ready for the game to start. It should be a couple of minutes till puck drop. Tweet that out on Twitter, out on Facebook. Okay, there we go. A couple of people coming in here. 3 in there now. Make sure you guys click like and subscribe if you're not already. Looks like they are about to do the national anthem now. Got 3 people in here now. Four coming in. There we go. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe. Any questions or comments you want to throw in there? Try to give you guys my take on things around the hockey world. You guys coming in here, thanks for stopping by. I'm going to be kind of giving some real-time reactions to the Pens-Canadiens game here. Looks like starting goaltenders is going to be Carey Price and Matt Murray for the Pens, so hey, Grav, I see you there. How's it going, man? How was your stream today? See 4 people in here. Feel free to utilize the chat, ask questions, talk to each other, ask me some questions, try to give you guys my feedback, try to be interactive. Just getting started here. Penguins win the opening faceoff. Couple quick shots on goal. Oh, Montreal, nice good chance there. Penguins look a lot better clearing out of their own zone tonight than they did earlier. Against Washington the other night, they could not get out of their own zone. Just as I say that, there's a bad turnover in their own zone. Led to a really good chance. You guys can hear me all right, yeah? Delayed call here on Montreal. Looks like Pittsburgh's going to go to the power play. Looks like Andrew Shaw. Hello there, Undead Hunter. Welcome to the stream. Doing pretty good. How about yourself? Doing well? Quick clear from Montreal there, early seconds of the power play. About 18 minutes left to go in the first period. Nice. You haven't been to Busch Garden in probably about 6 or 7 months. Couple of good shots there from the Pens on the power play. Nothing quite on net though. Yeah, you guys got the cup though, so yeah, I was actually really happy to see Ovechkin finally get his cup. I'm okay with him only getting one for right now though. Power play has looked abysmal for the Penguins so far. Oh, nice backdoor chance there. I assume you're a Capitals fan living in the DC area. Yeah, he had a lot of energy the whole way through the second half of the playoffs. He looked like a kid on Christmas the whole time during the playoffs. Stars, Caps. I like the Stars a lot too. I like combination of Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin. They pair really well with Radulov too on that top line. They're a dangerous team. So, about 15 minutes left to go in the first period. Shots 2-1 Montreal right now. Even though Pittsburgh had the power play, weren't able to generate really anything off the power play. So, not much going on. Just a lot of back and forth hockey right now. So, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, they definitely have a talented first unit with Radulov, Klinberg, all those guys. They're probably still one or two pieces away from putting the Stanley Cup touches on that team, but definitely a good, energetic young team. Shots now 2-2. Face-off looks like to the right of Carey Price. Penguins control that one. Really good shot from Jamie Oleksiak there from the point. Yeah, Heiskanen he looked really good the other night in his first game. He didn't look out of place at all. Playing really heavy minutes. I think he was second or third amongst Dallas defenders. Central Division is so loaded, though. Winnipeg, Nashville, St. Louis, Dallas, Minnesota, and Colorado also aren't that bad. So there's a lot of really good teams in that Central Division. Ah, Malkin, why didn't you just shoot that puck? Or Hagelin, I mean. Three people in here now. Make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you click the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. I would appreciate that. Do a lot of daily breakdowns of upcoming games. Cover a lot of in-depth news throughout the your hot takes are considered outlandish. I haven't been on the Discord for a while. right, got 4 people in here now. Let's what's your most outlandish hot takes there, Undead? You got Dallas winning that division? Ward's better than Crawford. Ward's as good as Crawford at his peak. I don't know that he's better than Crawford. I think when Crawford's healthy, he's one of the top 5 goalies in the league when he's fully healthy. But the vertigo is something he's been dealing with now for about a year, and it's really hard to figure out where he's at health-wise. He hasn't been healthy for a long time. All right, so Pittsburgh on the penalty kill. Dominic Simone took a delay of game penalty. So we'll see the Montreal power play for the first time here tonight. Pittsburgh gets the defensive zone win and gets an early clear on the power play. Pittsburgh's playing a really aggressive penalty kill. They actually had a mini breakaway there with a chance to score. I like what I'm seeing here right now on the penalty kill. Montreal finally got established here in the zone. Now they're clear, about a minute left on the power play. Not bad so far. Good penalty kill for the Penguins. Yeah, that's what I think Dallas is lacking a little bit. Their third and fourth lines are a little bit thinner than the rest of the Central, especially Winnipeg. I think Winnipeg has one of the deepest forward groups in the Western Conference. All right, who else we got in here? People keep popping in and out. I see 4, then 3, then 4. Yeah, I mean they're a really good defensive team, but I think the way that Montgomery is coaching them, they look like they're playing a bit faster. They're getting to the transition a lot better, and I think they can put up points with most of the Western Conference, especially with the top 6. Still a pretty back and forth game. 3-3 Montreal, or shots are 3-3. Montreal getting some good sustained zone time here. So, Hitchcock's a good coach. Style just didn't mesh with the players. Yeah, I don't think his style really meshes with today's NHL, really. The whole game is getting faster, more speed and skill based, so that's I don't think he adapted to the game. Still nothing in the first period. About 9.5 minutes left to go. Shots are 4-3 Montreal. This is definitely a different game than we saw from the Penguins Capitals the other night. Not as fast paced, but a couple of good quality chances both ways though. And there's a goal for Montreal. Looks like Philip Deneau gets the first one. PS4. No, I don't have PS4. I have an Xbox One, but I don't play. My kids play a lot. Brendan Gallagher actually had that first goal for Montreal, so 1-0 Montreal. Pretty bad turnover from Jack Johnson in the neutral zone led to that odd man rush. So 1-0, about 8 minutes left to go in the game in the first period here. Montreal leading. Oh, Matt Collin with a really good chance. Stopped short side by Carey Price. Daniel Sprong on the ice here. First time I've seen him out there tonight for the Pens. So, do I baseball? I follow the playoffs. I don't watch it a whole lot, but I follow along. I'm a Pirates fan, so not a lot to get excited about with baseball. Tang with another turnover in his own zone. Good recovery by Dumoulin. Yeah, I'm kind of pulling for Milwaukee right now in the baseball playoffs. I'd like to see. That's a fan base that has suffered for a long time, and I'd like to see them win. If I had to pick a winner in the baseball playoffs, Colorado wouldn't hurt my feelings too bad either. Slight high sticking penalty on the Penguins. They will be going to the penalty kill. Tough to be a fan of the Orioles right now. I can feel you for that one. They had a bad season this year. Dodgers Yankees. That would be an expensive World Series. I don't know. Yankees got a tough road through the American League. Even if they get past Boston, then you got to go through probably Houston. Man, that's a tough sled through. Dodgers was close a couple of years ago. Just they got like a $270 million payroll. You'd figure at some point they would have to be able to get it over the hump. Yeah, I'm not an Asuna guy. Not very fond of him at all. Alright, so coming back here now. Looks like Montreal is... I think Montreal's on the power play here. Oh, nope, still even strength. Shots are now 6-4 in favor of Montreal. Face off to the left of Murray. Yeah, I've always disliked the Yankees. Like I said, I'm more of an underdog guy when it comes to baseball. Being a fan of the Pirates as a small market team, I've always kind of, been more attracted to the underdogs. That's why I like the Kansas City Royals story a couple of years ago. And then Houston was a big underdog story last year, so it was good to see them get theirs after being at the bottom of the National League Central for so many years. Same struggles the Penguins had the other night. Just can't get out of their own zone. Just stuck in their own defensive end. Yeah, it had to be rough being an Orioles fan this year. I think just read somewhere the other day you guys got rid of Buck Showalter finally. He was about 10 years behind the game too. Another one of those coaches that just it didn't really evolve with the game very well. All right, so yeah, they had to eventually, they got to try and catch up with the rest of the American League East, and trading away Machado and all those other guys. That's basically, they're like back to ground zero again in Baltimore. All right, for those of you just joining in, score currently 1-0 Montreal. Shots, I think, are 7-4 in favor of Montreal. Currently at the 6-minute commercial break here. So just waiting for the game to come back on. Keep you guys as caught up as we can. Make sure if you're just stopping by, make sure you hit like on the video. Make sure that you subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. We do daily hockey videos here. A lot of Metropolitan Division coverage, as I'm primarily a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, so I stay kind of local to the division. All right, just getting started here. Face off to the left of Matt Murray again. The Penguins finally clear their zone and then turn it back over at the blue line. There's not a lot of urgency from the Penguins right now. Just really skating on mud right now, it looks like. Okay, we got a chance here. Oh, Kessel with a nice little wrister. Couldn't get it through, though. Still 1-0 here. Shots in favor of Montreal, 6-4. Penguins starting to establish themselves in the offensive zone here a little bit now. And then they just throw it back out of the zone for some reason. A lot of weird stuff going on in this game right now. I don't know why Olimata was not covering the blue line there. He was standing back at center ice. Maybe late on a change or something. Just was unorthodox. Mini breakaway and goal. How do I feel about the Tom Wilson appeal? That was expected. I mean, I figured that the NHLPA was gonna appeal that for sure. Trying to see who this is. Paul Byron with the goal for Montreal. 2-0 Montreal. Five teams have had 115 or more losses. Jeez, it is. If you guys go back and watch my prediction video that I did earlier today, you'll see why I'm not overreacting to this right now, because this was slightly predicted. Scramble. Man, Price is making a lot of really nice saves. Gensel in front of the net trying to score. Price has just been making a lot of really nice saves. That one just can't get anything going offensively. Why did they blow that play dead, though? That puck went straight through the crease, and wow, that was a really quick whistle in that game. It wasn't. I don't know. I don't think the hit was clean, especially not for a preseason game. He had plenty of time to react and adjust his course on that hit. But it's just his history. It wasn't just that hit. It was his history. That's the fourth time in a year. The NHL was going to come down hard on him eventually. So if it wasn't that hit, it was going to be the next one. He's just I don't know. It's a different NHL. It's a different time in the NHL that you got to be more cognizant, because they're about to lose a lot of money in the concussion lawsuits, and I think that's part of what led to this decision with the looming concussion lawsuit. Definitely probably played a huge part in that decision. Man, Jack Johnson is a turnover machine tonight. That's like 4 turnovers in his own zone. That's ridiculous. Not good at all. Yeah, I mean, but it was 20 years ago, man. It's just a really different time in the NHL. And like I said, money drives everything, and right now the NHL is on the precipice of losing a lot of money to the concussion lawsuits, I think. And I think that's part of what was driving this decision in the suspension. Shots currently 8-5 in favor of Montreal. We're at about 1:48 left to go in the first period. Yeah, it's really hard to compare 1999 to 2018. Just 2 different generations of hockey, really. I mean, 150 points was still not unorthodox in that era. Yeah, we'll see. I figured it when I did my first video. I figured it to be about 15 games was going to be the suspension for him, and I think maybe upon appeal, that's where it'll end up. I think they'll end up at 15 games, is what he'll end up suspended. I do think that the Bettman's going to overturn the Wilson suspension a little bit. Penn's putting an onslaught here late in the period. A couple of key shots on goal from the first line. Nothing going, though. They did register 2 shots on goal. Carey Price still perfect through almost 1 full period. Shots 9-7 now in favor of Montreal. Sitting about 10 seconds left to go here. Maybe one more rush for the Penguins. Looks like that's going to be it. And it's 2-0 at the end of the first period. Montreal leading the way. Go ahead and take a look at the rest of the scores around the NHL here real quick. Do I think Wayne Gretzky was the best ever or the best for his era? Probably both. I think Gretzky was certainly I think Gretzky is probably the best ever. I think we would have had a better competition for that conversation had Lemieux stayed healthy the whole time he was in the league. But yeah, I'm gonna say that Gretzky's definitely the best ever. All right, so right now Dallas is leading Winnipeg 2-0. Buffalo leading the Rangers 1-0. Connor Sherry gets the goal there. Radulov and Seguin with the goals for Dallas. Ottawa leading Toronto 1-0. DeMello with the goal there. Florida, wow, Florida is dominating Tampa. Florida's got 16 shots on goal. Tampa has 4. That's at the end of one period. McDonald with the goal for Florida. It's 1-0 there. Nashville, end of the first period there. We got Arvidsson and Ekholm with goals. And Barzal with the goal for the Islanders. That's 2-1 Nashville. And that's where we are right now around the league. So a couple of good games going on. That Florida-Tampa Bay game, wow, that one is a little bit surprising. All right, how's it going, guys? We got 4 people in here now. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you click the subscribe button if you're not already. I would much appreciate that. We do a lot of hockey conversation on this channel. Do daily prediction videos, breakdowns of the night's games, and things like that. So make sure you stay tuned. Chat is open for everybody. Make sure you, if you guys have any questions or comments, criticisms, anything as such, make sure you type in the chat, and I'll be glad to respond as quickly as I can. currently at the first intermission of the Penguins-Canadiens game. Penguins are leading 2-0. Or, sorry, the Canadiens are leading 2-0 over the Penguins. Shots on goal also in favor of the Canadiens, 9-7. 2018-19 Stanley Cup champion Flyers. There we go. That's a bold off the sheet prediction. I like it. I like it. Welcome to the stream there, Trevin. No, just no. Who's your pick for the cup, Undead? Alright, we got 6 in here now. Welcome. Am I a fan of any other sports beside hockey? Yeah. I mean, I follow most all sports. With some regularity. I don't follow basketball as closely as others, but I pay attention when it matters. San Jose, Tampa Bay winning in 6. I would enjoy that. I'm down here in Tampa Bay, so I'd get to go to a couple of Stanley Cup playoff games. I would appreciate that. 5 people in here now. Let's make sure if you're in here in the stream, feel free to utilize the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. Click the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Would appreciate that. We do daily hockey talk around here, so feel free to stop on back. I do daily uploads and mostly talking about, prediction videos and nightly recaps, things like that, breaking news when it happens. So Your prediction is not that much different than mine, though. Undead, I have Winnipeg and Tampa Bay, but I have it going the other way. I got Winnipeg winning in 6. I think it's finally the year that Canada breaks that curse. It's been 25 years since the last Canadian team won the Stanley Cup. I think Winnipeg's going to break that curse this year. You guys can go ahead and fill that chat up with questions, comments, criticisms, anything. We can keep the flow of the stream going a little bit better that way. I like to be more engaging. You guys got anything, especially during these intermission periods? It's hard to fill the dead air. you a Philly fan all around there, Trevor? Is that worth your is that where your bold Flyers Cup prediction comes from? Being a Philly native. Should be coming close to going back to the game live here soon. Quick recap of everything else going on around the league. Dallas is leading Winnipeg 2-0. That game's in the first intermission. Buffalo leading to the New York Rangers 1-0. That game's also the first intermission. Ottawa is leading Toronto 1-0. Game's also in the first intermission. Florida is leading the Tampa Bay Lightning 1-0. That game just dropped the puck in the second period. Nashville and Islanders. Nashville's up 2-1 at the end of the first. And here we have Montreal leading the Penguins 2-0 at the end of the first period. So we're getting ready to go back live here, hopefully momentarily. Hopefully just a few minutes away from the start of the second period here now. They're playing with the dogs. Nice. The Wilkes-Barre Penguins also playing tonight. I think it's their season opener down there. For the Penguins game, I'm streaming it off of Reddit. For the Stars game, you can also stream that off of Reddit. Yeah, if you go to reddit.com /r/NHL streams, then you should be able to find a stream on there. All right, second period underway. A couple of quick rushes up and down the ice, but nothing really quality on goal. Hi, Ishan. Welcome to the stream. Consisting of the worst free agents and play on rookie. I don't know. Even when I played it, it's like the game is like predetermined to not allow you to win all the games. You always tend to lose one on a weird bounce or something. Probably, though. I don't know. I haven't played NHL for a few years. It's probably possible. Score still 2-0 Montreal. Just don't see a lot of urgency from the Pens here tonight. Oh, shot from the point by Montreal. Save made by Murray. Nice. Two minutes into the period, and that's the first shot on goal for either team. Penguins with possession again in the neutral zone. Just not able to get anything up and down the ice. 6 people in here now. Make sure if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. Click subscribe if you haven't. I do daily hockey videos. Usually do prediction videos for each night's slate, as well as recap videos of the previous night's games, everything like that. So if you're a big fan of the NHL, make sure you stay tuned. Still not a lot going on in the second period so far. One shot on goal for Montreal. And that's the extent of the offense so far. There's another bad turnover by Daniel Sprong in the neutral zone. Leads to an odd man rush for Montreal. Nothing doing though. You think is going to win the Calder Trophy? I think Elias Pettersson is going to win the Calder Trophy. My preseason prediction was Casey Middlestat. Haven't fully went away from that yet, but I think Pettersson has looked really good in the early going, so he's the guy that I got my eye on. You think Kakaniemi or Heiskanen? Both are pretty good choices. It's pretty hard for a defenseman, I think, to win the Calder. It's just really hard to get the stats to do it as a defenseman. They get the ice time. Maybe if they end up in a 25-26 minute ice time situation, but yeah, I don't think that's going to be likely for Heiskanen. I think he's going to be in the 23 to 24 minute range. Got 7 people in here now. Make sure if you haven't already, make sure you please click the like button, click the subscribe button. Appreciate it if you did. And just like that, it's 3-0 Montreal. Another goal seems to be stemming from not being able to get out of their own defensive zone. Yeah, Letang got beat behind the net, and they threw it in front. And it looks to be Byron with his second goal of the night. Paul Byron, 2 goals tonight. Lehner becoming a sober goaltender? I'm not quite sure what that means. You're talking about the story earlier in the off season. You said about being on pills. Yeah, 3-0 Montreal is winning. Yep. Penguins have just looked really, really sloppy in their own zone. Yeah, the one on the Athletic. I mean, yeah, good. Yeah, good for him. Good for him getting sober, healthy. I you know, you gotta root for stories like that. You got a Bruins logo, but you're happy that Buffalo's winning? Yeah, he always did have a lot of potential behind him. We'll see how it goes, though. Goaltenders are so hard to project. Like, everybody's pretty big on Carter Hart right now, and until you see him at the NHL level, you just never know what you're really going to get with him. So far, it's about about 6 minutes into the second period. Still no shots on goal for the Penguins this period. Shots 12-7 Montreal. No, but the Bruins are playing. Yeah, it'll be good to see Buffalo get things going in the right direction. They've been acquiring talent on that team forever, and it just seems like they finally found the right combination of youth and veteran players to get everything lined up for them now. $14 minutes and 16 seconds left to go here in the second period. Shots 12-8 in favor of Montreal. Score 3-0 in favor of Montreal. Man, another bad turnover in their own zone. Nothing doing for the Penguins to get out. I'm projecting they'll win the first wild card. I hope they can get a wild card spot at least. I don't know if they've made that big of a jump yet. I still got them behind a few teams in the East as far as wild cards go, like New Jersey, Carolina, Florida, Columbus, Philly. Those are, the teams that are most likely cemented in the wild card conversation. I don't think Buffalo's made that big of a jump, but I mean, Colorado did it last year, so it's not impossible to go from having the first pick to jump into a wild card. I mean, it gives them more talent, but they're not very deep as far as talent goes. I mean, they got Eichel, Skinner, Sherry, Ristolainen up front, and then their defense is still pretty thin. 3-2 Sens over Toronto now, yeah. Trying to keep up with all these games. Senators are playing Toronto. Yeah, Sabres 2-0 over the Rangers, 3-2 Ottawa over Toronto, 1-0 Florida over Tampa Bay, 2-2 Predators and Islanders, 2-1 Stars leading the Jets. St. Louis, Chicago just dropped the puck. They're about 12 and a half minutes left to go in the first. Minnesota and Vegas are also underway. About 14 minutes left to go in the first there. So, a lot of good games going on tonight. No, Nylander has still not signed. And from what I'm reading, with as far as the two camps are, as far as their contract stances go, I don't look for Nylander to sign anytime soon. You're going to be looking at, late October, maybe into November, till they finally start getting serious. I guess Nylander's asking for like 8.5. Now, finally, a good offensive rush for the Pens here. Yeah, if he's not signed by December 1st, then he is not eligible to play this season. And he again becomes a restricted free agent next year because he doesn't accrue a year of eligibility. All right, we got 7 people in here now. Make sure if you haven't already, make sure you click the like button. Make sure you click the subscribe button. We really appreciate it if you did. I do daily hockey talk videos here. Feel free to post any questions, comments, concerns in the chat. Respond as quickly as I can get to them. All right, looks like Pittsburgh going on the power play now. Who do I think Hughes will end up going to? Well, whoever gets the #1 draft pick is where he's going to end up going. And the way Vancouver played the other night, that would be... I don't know. I think Vancouver is going to be like a middling team. They're going to be like a 75 to 80 point team. So they're going to end up like 7th or 8th in the standings as far as #1 pick value goes for the lottery. I think Ottawa is going to have the best chance in the lottery, and I think it's going to go to Colorado because Colorado has Ottawa's first overall draft pick, has their first round draft pick. So I think he's going to end up in Colorado. Still a lot of discombobulation going on with the Penguins in their own zone, and they're on the power play. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with this team right now. About a minute left to go on the power play. Looks like second unit's coming on for the Pens here. I don't think they have anybody on their roster that's worth a first-round draft pick to trade right now. I mean, I don't think Duchesne's worth a first-round draft pick anymore. Stone, maybe, but Stone's on a 1-year contract, so nobody's going to trade that for, a few months of Mark Stone. Smith, Anderson. Yeah, I don't see a way that Ottawa gets back in the first round. It's just not very likely. I don't even think they could trade Brady Tkachuk for a first-round draft pick. Yeah, I don't know. Colorado's in a good spot right now where if they do get that number 1 pick, if Ottawa wins the draft lottery, then they're in a good spot to make them a very good competitive team for a long time. All right, a little bit of pressure here from Pittsburgh. And stopped by Price. Took a look at some of the 2020 prospects. I gotta say, I think it's one of the weakest years. Yeah, I'm not that far out yet. 2020, I'm looking at the 2019s, and the top probably 7 or 8 have potential to be first-year impact NHL players. Jack Hughes for sure. He could be a franchise-changing player. And if you put Jack Hughes up with Colorado's second line right now behind McKinnon, that'd be a nice 1-2 punch. So currently right now, Penguins out shooting Montreal finally 14-13. Score still 3-0 in favor of Montreal. About 9 minutes left to go in the second period. Sabres leading the New York Rangers 2-0. And that one's also about 10 minutes left to go in the second period. Ottawa still leading Ottawa leading Toronto 3-2. Florida is leading the Lightning 1-0. Nashville and the Islanders all tied up at 2. Dallas leading Winnipeg 2-1. No score in the Chicago-St. Louis game. 1-0 Minnesota over the Vegas Golden Knights right now. Capo Keiko, he is probably still going second overall. So, I mean, that's all going to depend on how the draft lottery falls. There you could see Detroit could be in that conversation. Montreal could be in that conversation. Vancouver could be in that conversation for the second overall pick. Rangers maybe will be in that conversation. It's too early to tell, really. So, yeah, the Penguins have had the last 5 shots on goal in this period, but just haven't been able to solve Carey Price yet. It's definitely very, very difficult to project the draft lottery in October. Oh, man. 3-on-1 break, and they can't get a shot on goal out of it. like I said, it's just really hard to say this early in the season who's gonna have the best odds at the draft lottery. I think Ottawa's going to be the worst team. I think they're going to have the best odds at the number 1 overall pick, but yeah, I don't know how it's all going to shake out after that. Yeah, I'd definitely start digging a lot more into the prospects. Probably around January, February. I start looking more into it whenever TSN releases their midseason top 100 for the prospects. That's when I start doing a lot more research on them and seeing who's going where. You got a better understanding of the standings too at that point. Looks like Montreal is going back to the box again. Looks like it's going to be the kid in the box. Kakaniemi, that's his second time in the penalty box tonight. Yeah, I got a hook up around the hands of Dominic Simone. This freaking Kakaniemi, man. He looks younger than Grav. It's ridiculous. Penguins power play 0 for 2 on the night so far. I don't even think they've been able to generate a lot of shots on goal. About a minute 30 left to go on the power play here. 6 minutes left to go in the second period. Penguins still trailing 3-0. God, then they just get out-muscled along the wall. Short-handed goal. 4-0 Montreal. Just joining, scores 4-0 Montreal. Shots are even at 14. Penguins still got about a minute left to go on the power play here. Just gave up a shorthanded goal. Paul Byron with his 3rd point of the night gets a primary assist on that one. Armia gets the goal. Second power play unit on for the Penguins. No urgency whatsoever from this Penguins group right now. Nice little backhand pass to Gensel right beside the net. He misses the open look. Looks like Montreal is going to kill this penalty too. I mean, it's possible, but I mean, also it's a lot less pressure, so he can play more of his own style of hockey. He doesn't have to be, you know, going out and doing everything. Now, from what I've seen of him in the first 2 games, he's playing very out of position in San Jose. From what I watched, he hasn't played very well. He's got a couple of points for them. He got the primary assist, I think, on the overtime winner from LeBanc the other night, but he's not played very well for them at all as far as defensive ability has gone. I'm talking about Erik Karlsson, but offensively, he's going to be the same player. I think more so with that with the power play unit in San Jose, because I think they have a more talented power play unit out there than they had in years past, or than they had in Ottawa in years past. About 4.5 minutes left to go in the second period. Score still 4-0. Montreal. A quick look at the rest of the scores. We got Buffalo leading the Rangers 2-0. Ottawa is still leading Toronto 3-2. Florida's up 1-0 on Tampa Bay. That one is at the end of the second period. Nashville's taking the lead over the Islanders 3-2. Dallas gets another goal. They're now leading 3-1 over the Winnipeg Jets. St. Louis is leading Chicago 1-0. And Minnesota is leading Vegas 1-0. So that's what we have going on around the league. Yeah, this is part of the reason that I don't think Montreal is going to be as bad as everybody thinks they are, because Carey Price looks to be healthy, and he looks to be playing at that caliber of goaltending that he's able to play at, and that's going to be a big deal for them moving forward. So, you know, he's going to give them a chance to win pretty much every night. If you guys are just coming in, make sure you, please, if you could, just go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I would appreciate it if you did. Do a lot of hockey talk around here. Shots on goal right now are leaning in the Penguins' favor 15-14. Oh, there we go. Penguins goal. Finally got one back, boys. Let's see who they're going to credit that one to. Might be Daniel Sprong on that one. It looks like it's going to be Riley Sheahan getting the goal. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Sheahan from Letang and Sprong. So 4-1 now in favor of the Canadiens. So let's see if it breathed any life into the Penguins here. Yeah, score line just came across. It's going to be Sheahan from Letang and Sprong. So Sprong gets his first point in the season here for us. So and with that assist, Chris Letang is officially the highest scoring defenseman in Pittsburgh Penguins history. Just past Paul Coffey with 441 points. Montreal going to the power play here. Carl Hagelin, I think, is going for slashing, it looks like. Yeah. Good to see Chris Letang getting in the Penguins history books here. Excited for him, longtime member of the Penguins. Definitely glad to see his success. Yeah, Penguins on the penalty kill here. About a minute 50 left to go on the penalty kill. About a minute 40 left to go on the in the period. So this could be a carryover penalty. Hate the guy. I make it a point to not hate people in general. But yeah, I agree. Any achievements that, especially achievements like that that are that hard to earn, should definitely be celebrated. I think he's put in a lot of work, especially coming back from the neck surgery a couple of years ago. I think that's a really big thing for him to be able to get back to this level of hockey after something that serious. For those of you just joining, the score is currently 4-1. Montreal leading the Pittsburgh Penguins. Shots on goal. The Penguins lead 18-15 in the shots on goal category. Talking a little bit about Chris Letang a minute ago. He has just become the Pittsburgh Penguins' all-time leading scorer from a defenseman position. So that's what we were talking about there. If you are just joining the channel, make sure that you go ahead and click that like button. If you're not already, make sure you go ahead and click subscribe. If you enjoy hockey, which I assume you're here, you do, you can come back, and we make videos every day talking about hockey. I love how when I just finish up my self-promotion spiel that the number of people watching increase again, and it's like new people come in, and you feel like you have to start it all over again to make sure that everybody gets it. I'm not very good at self-promotion. So, just finished up the second period now. Current score, Montreal is leading 4-1 over the Penguins. Shots on goal, Pittsburgh 18, Montreal 15. Quick look at the rest of the league going around. Buffalo is leading the New York Rangers 2-0. Toronto and Ottawa are tied 3-3. About a minute left to go in the second period there. Florida is leading Tampa Bay 1-0. Nashville now leads the New York Islanders 4-3. Dallas is leading the Winnipeg Jets 3-1. St. Louis leading 2-1 over Chicago. And Minnesota is leading 1-0 over the Vegas Golden Knights. So it's a quick look around the league. Get you all caught up on the scores there. If you're just joining here now, welcome to the channel. You may notice by the background I'm a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, but I do talk about all 31 NHL teams here. Primarily focus on the Metropolitan Division, but if you got questions about any team in the NHL, I'll be glad to do my best to answer them for you. Especially during these intermissions, we got a lot of time to just sit here and go ahead and shoot the breeze a little bit. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Your hottest take ever. Go ahead, give me your hottest take ever. You're welcome. What's this hot take? Let's the hottest take ever. Mike Modano is greater than Wayne the Great One Gretzky. That might require some justification, other than just being a Stars fan. That's not justification. I can't. I liked Mike Modano too. Great longtime captain of the Dallas Stars. Really enjoyed watching him. I want to say he was the highest scoring U.S.-born player in NHL history, but I'm not certain of that. Well, I mean, I guess if that's going to be your argument, then a lot of these players in today's era may be considered better than Gretzky. Points are at so much more of a premium right now. I mean, there was, 300-point scorers last year in the entire NHL? So, I mean, you could probably go ahead and say Crosby was better than Gretzky. I've already contested that Alex Ovechkin is probably the greatest goal scorer of all time. Simply goal scorer, just from a sheer goal scoring perspective, I think that Alex Ovechkin is the greatest goal scorer of all time. But I mean, even Lemieux played on the back end of the, or in the introduction of the butterfly goaltender. I mean, he played against Marty Brodeur, who was pretty much the inception of the butterfly goaltending. I mean, sure, Gretzky might have been a product of his generation, but I don't think that the style of game he plays, I think it would have translated to modern hockey as well as it did back then. I think that Gretzky would be just as successful today as he was then, and I think Gretzky would still be the greatest player in the NHL if he was in his prime and dropped into today's NHL. I think he would be just as well off. You don't see him cracking 50 points. Oh, he'd crack 100. He's just as skilled. Like, everything that people say about McDavid right now, about the way he handles the puck and the way he skates through the neutral zone and the way he is elusive, that's everything that was said about Gretzky. I think he would be just as talented. 50 points would be nothing. I think he would still be an Art Ross candidate in today's NHL if he was still in the meat of his career. I don't think his career would be as long in today's NHL. One, because I think people make more money now today and they don't feel like they need to play as long as they did in the early 80s, late 80s. So I think he spent a lot of this offseason learning how to backcheck. I watched that game today, New Jersey, Edmonton, and he is really, really aggressive on the backcheck now, which is kind of inexcusable that he never was, because he is so fast that he should never be beaten on a backcheck, but he's played really well. And I think he was like north of 70% in the face-off circle. He's honed his game a lot, and he's a more well-rounded player for it. I don't think he's overhyped at all. I think he's everything that people say he is. He is the most skilled player in today's NHL. He might not be the best player, but he's the most skilled. Yeah, I'm not sure how long Gretzky played. I don't know what age he was whenever he decided to retire and how long McDavid might play. I think the thing that scares me the most with a lot of today's big stars, and it scared me a little bit with Crosby a few years ago, is with the information that's out there about concussions and things like that a lot of these players are going to be more willing to walk away from the game at a younger age. And if anything happens to McDavid, if he gets a concussion or two in his career, then he might be willing to walk away at a younger age and forego the back half of his career. So we'll have to see how things like that play out in the long run. Connor Sherry actually has both of Buffalo's goals. Casey Middlestat picks up his first assist of the season. Second goal assisted by Reinhardt and Jack Eichel. Yes, yeah. Connor Sherry was a Penguin. He was traded in the offseason along with Matt Hunwick in a move to shift some salary cap around. Austin Matthews has a goal in the Toronto game. So scoring in that game is DeMello from Zach Smith and Chabot. Morgan Riley for Toronto, assisted by Marner and Hyman. Austin Matthews with his third goal of the season, assisted by Marlowe and Ennis. Thomas Chabot gets his first goal, assisted by Bodker and Smith. And Chris Tierney gets a goal, assisted by Tommy Zingle. And then the final Toronto goal is Mitch Marner, assisted by Matthews and Morgan Riley. So we are 3-3 at the second intermission. What's with the mic and headset? Oh, my mic is stereo. It goes through an equalizer, so I have to do audio editing. So if I was to use the mic, you would only hear it in one speaker. So I have to use the headset when I'm doing live. So when I do my videos, I use the mic and then just edit the audio. Lots of goals in the Predators-Islanders game, too. Victor Arvidsson with a goal, assisted by Forsberg and Subban. Matthew Barzal with a goal for the Islanders, assisted by Josh Bailey. Matthias Ekholm, another assist from Subban and Sissons. Filppula with his second goal for the Islanders, assisted by Fritz and Sabiza. Craig Smith with a goal, assisted by Turris and Ellis. Arvidsson with his second of the game, assisted by Johansson and Bittietto. Anders Lee with a goal for the Islanders, his first as the captain. All right. No autographed Geno jersey. It's just that is a really, really old jersey. That one I've had for probably about 10 years. So I'm gonna step away right quick. I'll be right back in just a few minutes. Okay, we are back. Just had to go put my kids in their bed. So, should be getting ready to start the final frame here in just a minute. Current score is 4-1 Montreal. Getting ready to drop the puck here on the third period. There we go. Penguins kill off the remaining 10 seconds of that power play, and back to even strength. Welcome back. More Penguins turnovers in their own zone. Who do I think is the cutest guy in the NHL? I'm not sure. Not really sure at all. Yeah, I can't say I've ever given a lot of thought to that question. Shots on goal currently in favor of the Penguins, 19-16. Oh, there we go. Good chance here. Oh, sprung across the crease. Couldn't find cutting Colin. Okay. Penguins got a nice cycle game going here. Oh, just can't get it down low. Another turnover. Jeez whiz. Nice, congratulations. Shots on goal currently 19-17 Penguins. Current score, Montreal 4, Pittsburgh 1. 14:51 left to go in the third period. Oh, Ottawa takes a 4-3 lead over Toronto. Oh man, that's another bad turnover in the Penguins' own zone. All right, able to get the clear. Currently, this period, the Penguins have 1 shot on goal. Montreal with 2 shots on goal. So, not much going along those lines. Oh, Kakaniemi with a really good look at a Penguin and possibly picking up his first goal. Just lifts it a little bit wide. currently at the 14-minute commercial break. Some guy is trying to get you to pay for bots on your channel. Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that. So yeah, that's for sure. Just growing organically is it's part of the challenge of doing it. So jeez, Letang again turns the puck over behind his own net. Looks like Gensel is going to go to the box for... No. They blew the play dead for some reason, trying to figure out what's going on here right now. They are 5-on-5. They brought the puck back into the Penguin zone after a neutral zone face-off. Not sure what just happened. Five people here now. Anybody new, make sure you please hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I do daily hockey video, daily hockey conversation here. Do predictions and recaps and any breaking news. Give you my takes on any controversial topics. Still 4-1 Montreal. Shots on goal still 19 apiece. Kotkaniemi actually really good, 58% in the face-off circle. Being a furry? It's got 5-on-5 hockey. Looks like face-off in the Montreal zone. Yeah, I just haven't seen really a lot of urgency from the Penguins at all tonight. Hey, what's up, Chad? How you doing, man? Doing really good. Doing really good. Watching a hockey game here. Well, about half of a hockey game. Only one team showed up to play tonight. Current score, if you're just now coming in, it is 4-1 Montreal. Shots on goal, Montreal 21, Pittsburgh 19. For Bortuzzo and Vancouver's 5th. It depends on what your third or fourth line looks like. I mean, if you don't have a lot of depth on your third line, then yeah, I would look at maybe trying to get a grinder on your third line. Bortuzzo is definitely a grinder, though he's not a guy that's going to make your top 6. Wait, Bortuzzo or Bortuzzi? Those are different. Bortuzzo, the defenseman. Yeah, the defenseman. Okay. Wow, he's got to be... I don't know. That would depend on the contract and how many years he's got left on it, because I want to say he's pretty old. Currently 30 years old and injured. Yeah, maybe if he's only 30. Still get a couple of years out of him if he ever gets healthy. I don't know what his health is. Three years, one. Yeah, I mean, that's not a lot. It's a pretty cheap contract. So right now, about 10 minutes left to go in the third period. Still 4-1 Montreal. I might have pushed for a 4th round draft pick. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Own guys run into each other. They can't get out of their own way. And it is 5-1 Montreal. Ridiculous. Hudon with the goal there. Pretty much just dump and chase hockey now. So, those lines aren't terrible. Your center depth is very good. With Seguin, Tavares, Benino, and Beagle. Those are all very good center icemen. So, alright, well, this game's gotten pretty out of hand. I don't see much changing in the next few minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a wrap there. Thanks for sticking with me for the duration. If you guys want, I'll probably be doing a few more of these from here on out. So, thanks for stopping by, and we will see you next time.